Ohio town where train derailed, anxiety and distrust are running deep, and that was on full display at the so-called informational open house.
I went around one Saturday, Sunday, and I took a breath in my mouth. I thought I was going to die. And then I come back Sunday to get her attention, and I drive through a cloud. I thought I was going to die. And it stressed me enough I ended up in the hospital. I thought I was going to have a damn head. So what did I forget? What did I forget?
Joining me now, Brandon Nailsnick is here. And Brandon, you live about 1.5 miles from what I would call the target zone for the toxic release of that plume. You were there. I mean, we saw some of the emotion. Tell me about it.
Last night, like at the town hall meeting, you could definitely tell by the outpouring members of the community that showed up to find out information. But clearly, just again, round and round, no direct answers. The people from the EPA, there was only several people that I actually came up and spoke. And to look at the other surrounding personnel, protection agencies and whatnot, you could tell that there was fear in their eyes as well, just being at that meeting. You know, when you have a group of community members looking for information and the people you're looking to are scared to provide you with that information, it's rather disturbing.
No doubt. I want to know specifically what happened on February 3rd at 8:49 p.m. Eastern, because that's how long it's been. And I know that you have told my team and me that you feel like they waited too long to evacuate you.
Absolutely. So when Friday night, when the trail derailing had happened, I want to know why there wasn't an immediate evacuation set into place due to the fact that they knew what was on the cars, because they have to provide the information to the fire department on what they're going to suppress this fire with. They obviously used foam to contain it as best as they could. And when this train left, it was in Salem, and they knew that there was a malfunction in Salem, which these markers are every 20 miles for them to provide information about the train and what's going on with it. Why weren't they slowing down at that point in time?
We're looking at pictures that you have given the Faulkner Focus. And I mean, the detail of this, you're in Pennsylvania. I want people to know that. You're near where this crash site was, but this is now in a different state. And you say they waited too long to evacuate you. I mean, this is horrifying, what you have brought us. I mean, we've seen pictures from the air, and this is unbelievable. Did you think you could even get far enough away?
I don't believe that at all. Now, when they talked about in the beginning, they said about the 1 mile radius. There was a gentleman on testified that 1 mile was for the blast zone, for the shrapnel of the train if it was to explode. So how far they got off topic of this 1 mile, the 1 mile was never about the smoke inhalation that we were all breathing. That was for shrapnel and shrapnel only.
And you know what? I want you to watch something with me. We had one of our experts here, medical experts here at Fox News Talk, Dr. Mark Siegel, on the show with me yesterday. And he said something about these chemical risks that's really disturbing. I want you to watch and listen to this, Brandon, because it speaks to the issue. You didn't get far enough away and you knew it. Watch this.
Hydrogen chloride, which is a toxic gas that people are feeling that irritation, their eyes are burning, they're getting headaches. It can cause respiratory problems. Another gas, phosgene, which was in World War I and used as a poison. The other one that no one's talking about is butyl acrylate, which is another toxic gas that's causing the headaches. I'm worried about down the line, vinyl chloride, small amounts of it in the environment leads to cancer. Even small amounts of it in the environment can affect fertility for generations to come. I'm worried about the long-term risks, but we're not out of the short-term woods yet.
He said that you could be seeing risks and medical problems for decades to come. And then there was the problem that you told the team about. They let you in too quickly, and we've heard it over and over again. What was that like? What did they tell you?
Absolutely. I mean, my sister lives on French Street in East Palestine. She's probably a half a mile at best from the accident site. And when they allowed her to go back to her home Sunday, you know, and then they were in their basement and, you know, why the immediate ability to let people go back into such a dangerous zone.
Do you think they knew it was dangerous?
No. My question for them would be, what chemicals or what vapors were you breathing in when all these 4 chemicals were on fire and everybody was out with their cameras and video recorders, taking video of this? What were people breathing in then? We know about the chemicals that were on board the train and the flammability and the cancer-causing agents in which they are. So here we are now, like you said, it's short-term game now, finding out what we have to do to get by. Mm-hmm. But I have 4 kids. I'm a very, very loving father, and I care very much about my kids and their future and their health and safety. And I have a well at my house on how we obtain our water, obviously. And they said about, the different levels of people's where their aquifers are and where this water gets to and how it gets there. Mm-hmm. It's how do you get it out of your well once it's in there? Because I've seen chemists talk and they speak of it can be there for up to how many. And yeah, that's what Dr. Siegel was saying, that you will be dealing with this likely for decades to come. Brandon, God bless you and your 4 little ones, your whole family. I'm sorry you're going through this and all the people around you and now Pennsylvania and Ohio. And we'll check back with you. I want to know what happens next. What are they going to tell you? What are they going to do? Thank you for being in focus. Go ahead. Can I one more? With the EPA there on site and the cleanup of this massive crash of all the chemicals that were spilled everywhere and the continuation of them removing cars, and I'm sure there's still chemicals being spilled out of the ground as they're demolishing these cars to haul them off site. They came in there, dug the trench, exploded the car, lit the flares, burned the vinyl chloride off. Now, all those chemicals are in the ground. There was no proper excavation done. I see where you're going. Yep. Water. And your governor is drinking bottled water. Correct. Yeah. Brandon, thank you. I want to have more time with you. When you come back, we'll get into what happens next. I really appreciate you telling us.